Hi, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Extravaganza with Captain Lou and Mitch here on this Wednesday, July the 23rd, 2025. Yours truly, Captain Lou. We're having a little bit of a connection issue with our co-host Mitch Bernstein here. Looks like he's just about set to come on, so we'll get him up here shortly. Hope everybody's had a great month of July. We took a couple of weeks off that time of year where there really isn't a whole lot going on. So it's a great time. We take a little vacation and we regroup here on the network and, of course, on the podcast. And we've got some great guests lined up. We'll see if we can get Mitch back on. I see him standing. I see him sitting there. Mitch, welcome back. We started talking about, I don't know what it was, overrated football teams. And all of a sudden I lost you. But welcome to the show. It's great to see you again, Mitch. How are you?
Thank you, buddy. I wish I'm on my phone, which is fine. Um, as soon as we started talking, I heard a, and my wife is cooking our dinner in the microwave. There's dinner. We've got time here, obviously. I'm trying to. My computer's not showing any networks, but it's my everything is back on. So I don't know. Maybe we just do this tonight, this way.
Well, you're coming in loud and clear. You're looking good. So why not? So
All right. If it works for you and it works for others, that's great. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be back.
that's good to see you.
And you just froze.
Oh, I can. Well,
Oh, there you are. You're back. You're back.
okay.
Hey, it's fun dealing with this stuff, isn't it?
Boy, it's technology is great till you can't figure it out.
I'm on my computer and it says show available networks and Wi-Fi 2 turned off. I don't want that. I want turn Wi-Fi back on in one day, in 1 hour. Okay, do it. It's not giving me an opportunity to do it.
Well,
Not connected.
yeah.
All right. The Wi-Fi is off. Okay, well I'm on my phone, so that's good. Oh, we still are off. Okay. All right. I'm here. Let's get this show on the road, Lou. How you
All
been?
right.
You had a nice time? Lou is doing something that he has inspired me to do. Lou, explain what you're doing.
Well, I got inspired actually by the football team that I broadcast play-by-play for here in Michigan high school team. Their head coach, Kevin Townsend, did a challenge to bring awareness to veteran suicide. It's called the 2200 push-up challenge, which he's doing 71 push-ups a day for the month of July. And he's doing it on Facebook every night to kind of, as an accountability factor. And I thought, I would like to do something similar, but I didn't want to copy him. So I was sitting here one day and I got thinking, I'm going to hit the big 6-0 here on September 5th. And I thought I could do 60, see if I could do 60 push-ups a day for 60 days. And the first couple days were tough. I'm not, but it's gotten a little easier and it's been fun. And I got to tell you, my shoulders feel great, the best they've felt in a long time. It helps with my job.
Mm-hmm.
And so the secret for me is I can't do them at 3:30 in the morning. I'm just, I can barely tie my shoes that early. I get my cup of coffee, I stretch,
Yeah.
and then get going to work. But the minute I get home from work, I grab a quick sandwich and then I get into them. I get them over with. I tried it once, after I sat down and took a little nap, and it was hard. So
Oh, you you're right. You think you got to do it when you're awake, and because once you sit down, you ain't getting up, especially at what
yeah,
you do in a day's work.
yeah. So, but it's
You're
been fun.
executive.
I enjoy it. I've lost a little bit of weight, which I needed to do. I needed to drop not a lot, not a ton, but it feels good. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I do it on Facebook. Follow me,
I do.
and for everybody else out there, yeah, I put it on my Twitter feed. I try to do it everywhere, and Instagram, just for accountability. So I know I'm gonna have to do it, and it's not that I look forward to doing it, but I don't dread it anymore. So. And today I was able to get them all done in just 2 sets, which it took 19 days, but I was able to do that instead of 3. So I was pretty happy.
I did. I saw you. Yeah, you're doing it in sets, and that's great. So what Lou has done, since I'm turning 70 on December 23rd, I'm looking at October the 13th to start my 77.
Wow. Mitch, that's impressive, man.
So if I can do, and someone, you may need to, message me. Did you get it done yet? Because, October really, I see you're doing a lot of yours outside, which is great.
Yeah.
Right? You have nice weather and you do it outside. I can do it in my apartment here. And it's going to be tough as I travel to Illinois in the car to do. Anybody has any suggestions? Maybe I stop outside when we stop for gas.
There you go.
Do some push against the car.
There you go.
I'm going to be wondering, what the hell is this guy doing? But that's okay. I'm 70. I don't give a crap what anybody says.
Exactly.
Or
exactly.
All right. So I'm going to ask you about the All-Star game.
Okay.
Did you happen to watch it?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I watched the opening part of it because it's been years since the Tigers have had this many people participating. So I did see a little bit. Scooble obviously got roughed up a little bit. I think Detroit went 0 for 8 at the plate or something ridiculous like that. It was bad. And then I watched the 9th inning, but I didn't know anything about the swing off.
Well, nobody did. Nobody did. That was interesting on Twitter and all the social media.
I would have stayed up to watch it.
Now, I will tell you that I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to sit and hang out and see what happens. And it was great, obviously, watching it take place. American League goes up 2-0. They go up first. National League gets 1. American League, second batter hits 1. Up comes Schwarber. Boom. Schwarbomb. 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 I was like, oh my God, that was awesome. Obviously for my team, but just for him, to be able to do 3 for 3. And then the third American League guy, I forget who it was, he got nothing. So the National League won. Now, what bothered the heck out of me was the following day, even that night, complaining about the way the swing off worked. And what are we deciding a game like this for? This is ridiculous. Might as well put it on the tee, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, you know what? Look at what hockey does.
Yeah.
It's a part of the regular season. It's a freaking shootout.
Yeah.
Okay? Look at what soccer does. Sometimes they end in a tie, yes. But sometimes there's, they have the shootouts. They go to a shootout. I don't think it's fair. But
no.
This is it. I don't know that people forgot, or it's just the old crusties that just, this is not the way. Put a guy on second, just like this is ridiculous. It's an exhibition game.
Exactly.
Enjoy it for the show. Yeah. I was incensed. I was like, you people are just nuts. You are such a bunch of losers. Why are you complaining about an exhibition game and the way it ends? I'm guessing maybe 90% of those people had money on it. I don't know. Why else would you complain?
I don't know. I had a little bit of coin on it. I took the over for the run, so I won.
Okay.
But, like you said, Mitch, it's an exhibition. It's something different. They're not going to do it in the playoffs. I mean, they don't put the runner on second in the playoffs.
Right.
It's like in the Stanley Cup playoffs, they don't do the shootout. It's all 5-on-5 in overtime. So I don't have a problem with it in the All-Star game. I mean, what do you want them to do? Go back to the winner gets the home field advantage in the World Series?
And if people were listening, Diaz was the last pitcher for the National League. They weren't going to throw. Yeah. I mean, they did that. The teams obviously knew it, because why not use everybody? We were surprised as fans. And to me, it was like, oh, this would be fun. Now, what people didn't like, obviously, the guys. Um, Catherine, you didn't like the swing off. We need to find out why. Um, but you're entitled to your opinion. Obviously, that's fine.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I do like going. Yes, the uniforms. Thank you for taking note of that. I agree with you there, Catherine. The uniforms. Thank goodness they went back to that. But I think it's a fan friendly way to end the game.
Yeah. It,
Just fan friendly.
yeah, and here's the thing though, and here's something that I forgot about, and I don't know who I was listening to. Oh, it was Dan Patrick the other day,
Mm-hmm.
um, saying that you're not going to get the best players to do the swing off because a lot of these, like Scooble and whoever started for the National League, I can't remember, whatever, the starters, they're gone by the fifth inning. They
Yeah,
play 3 innings, they shower, they get on a plane, they're out of there.
Shohei, Judge, just for a
Yeah.
couple of
So
examples. People
you're
remember
not going to get
Aaron Boone, who he
you're not
choked.
going to get the best players in that.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's a
Yeah,
novelty. It's better than what they've had. And Mitch, you know this just as well as I do. It's never going to be like it was when we grew up in the 60s and the 70s where it was cutthroat. They play to win. You're not going to get Pete Rose and Ray Fosse, in an all-star game collision. It's just not that way. And it's an exhibition. I didn't have an issue with it. It's something new, and you're not going to see it very often. I'd rather have this than a tie.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, what happened last time there was a tie? Everybody was just boo, running off. Everybody was angry.
Yeah.
Get up
So
some.
I want to bring this up, Mitch.
Yeah,
Catherine brought this up, and I want to put it
yeah.
back on the screen. What do you think of the ball and strike, the auto challenges?
I liked it.
I did too.
I liked it. You know
Yeah.
why? Because these umps suck. I'm
Well,
I'm watching the Phillies games and I'm watching other games with the box. These guys are just horrendous. It's
it's brutal.
insane. And as it's been for years, there is no accountability from the Major League Baseball.
No.
None. And the Umpire Association. I
You,
mean, they're not going to do anything.
it's amazing, Mitch. To me, the two best unions in any business in right now, well, especially sports, the two best sports unions are the players union in baseball and the umpires union,
You got it right.
because they pretty much get free reign to do whatever the hell they want. I mean, except for the PEDs, which I'm glad what they have, but those two are such strong unions, and your point is well taken. Some of these umpires are so bad, and the only repercussion is they may not get a playoff game. But I don't mind it. It took what, 7 seconds
Yeah, it
for
was
the challenge?
absolutely. Catherine, thank you for chiming in. We really appreciate
Yeah.
doing that. That was great. Thank you. Stick around too if you'd like. We would love to have you stay on and tell some other folks if you'd like to watch us. Okay, let's go to some predictions now. So you're tired. Here's what's interesting. I went to look back at the last 10 games uh, of each team's record. Tigers are 1-9.
Yeah.
Cleveland's 8-2.
Eesh.
So I'm going. Let me go by division. In the AL East, teams are either 6-4 or 4-6. There's three, I think 3-6 and 4, 2-4-6.
Yeah.
Okay, Tigers is in the Central 1-9. Cleveland's 8-2. There's teams at 5-5 and 6-4. Not great, but 6-4 is okay. In the AL West, you got a team at 7-3. You got a team at 6-4, and then the rest are under either 500 or below. In the NL East, you got two teams at 6-4, and then the rest are 500 or below. In the NL Central, you have the Brewers at 9-1, and two teams at 6-4. The rest are below 500. In the NL West, you got two teams at 6-4. The Dodgers are 3-7, and again, nobody's playing except two teams well.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and I'm wondering what do you think what's causing that? Do you think?
I, the Tigers. I'm going to go with my team. They had such a good run of luck here, and I'm not saying it was all luck. Their hot start, but everything went their way. They started out quick. They jumped out to a big lead. Timely ninth inning hits. Winning all those one-run games. Now their bats have gone silent, and they're getting decent pitching, but not great.
Mhm.
Jack Flaherty's lost it a little bit. He's hearing the grumblings here in Detroit.
Yeah.
If it weren't for Scooble, I mean, Detroit would be probably on an 11-game losing streak right now. And but he's on paternity leave. He was supposed to pitch Saturday against Toronto. I
Okay.
don't know if he's gonna now or not, but I don't know if it's just the dog days. I mean, you mentioned it. The Yankees, the Dodgers, the Tigers, the, the the three of the big guns, they've fallen. I mean, it's just kind of a lull. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'd rather have it in July than have it in April because you've watched enough baseball over the years. You can't lose a World Series in April. You can't win the World Series in April, but you could sure lose it,
Yeah.
by not getting a chance to get there. And
And how about Toronto?
I love it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I'm paying more attention to them now. I'm,
Yeah,
on my app and
they're
watching
they're going to hold a special place in my heart because I watched, being from Lansing area, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette played their A ball there, so I got to see him a few times and kind of followed their career, and it's kind of cool, and the team's finally living up to their potential.
it.
So, hopefully they can keep it up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the Phillies have been in a slump.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, and I bitch and moan because I watch these guys swing and miss all the time. I gotta talk to Jessica Brand. I gotta email, text her and say, hey, what's their chase rate now? Because when we talked a month ago, it was like
Yeah.
20. It's got to be up to 30, 31 now. They are horrendous. Again, still swinging a pitch out of strike zone. No, they're in trouble. The only thing keeping them together is the pitching staff. Luzardo is in a slump. He hasn't pitched well in about three or four starts. He's pitching tonight. And how about and going back to that, uh, Wheeler and Sanchez. Oh my gosh, we are so lucky to have them. Nola should be back in sometime in August. I'm not excited about Nola because he hasn't been the same Nola since for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But did you hear about how the Phillies won the game last night? And
No.
you didn't hear this?
Uh-uh.
How many times have you seen catcher's interference called
Oh boy.
and a runner?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Guess what happened the last 2 nights?
Oh, the
The Phillies
catcher's interference. Wow.
won on a walk-off catcher's interference last night.
Boy, oh boy.
Second catcher's interference in a row in 2 games against the Boston catcher.
Oh,
I'm like, what are you kidding me? What's going on here? But the problem is, you shouldn't have to rely. I mean, they won 4-1,
yeah.
but they can hit with runners in scoring position. I'm going to talk to Steve when he comes on. Steve Rychel's coming on at 7:35. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But this team, thank God for Schwarber and Harper, and none of these guys are clutch. We're going to go around. I'm going to go around the lineup again with Steve and tell you, I think really in the long term we're in trouble. If it wasn't for our pitchers, it'd be a problem.
Well, yesterday was the first time all year that I've been disappointed with the Tigers. You've got Baez getting, rung up on a called third strike right down the middle with, runners on, just frustrating. And then Spencer Torkelson, first baseman, half-assed. There was a throw from third that she had to short hop it, and he didn't get it. Okay, fine. That happens. Those could be tough plays. The ball went behind him about 15 feet, maybe 10, 15 feet, and he half-assed jogged to go get it, and the runner on second ran around third and scored.
He lollygagged.
He
Right?
lollygagged, and that right there, I can hear my dad rolling in his grave because all I can hear him is bitching at me about doing that when he was my little league coach.
Yeah.
And that right there should have been a wake up, and I hope it was a wake up call. But then Detroit went out today and got that the rookie came in to pitch and gave up the grand slam, and Detroit couldn't recover. It's when you're only scoring a handful of runs against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I know I understand Skeens, but hopefully it's a wake-up call. We got Toronto this weekend. It's going to be tough. So
Ooh,
who knows?
matchup. And then guess what? We don't August the 3rd, Sunday night baseball.
Yeah.
Phillies and the Tigers.
I wonder if they're going to try to arrange it so Scooble pitches on Sunday Night Baseball again.
I'm hoping it'd be him and Wheeler. And I just got a notification. Bryce Harper hit a home run in the bottom of the first.
Oh, there you go.
Which is nice. They got who I forgot. Lucas Giolito, maybe. I think.
Wow, 3-0. Nice.
Is it 3?
Yep, 3-0. Bottom of the first. Still
Love it.
nobody out.
Oh, love it. All right, they're hitting this guy. Good. He's a righty, and the lefties are going to come. I just wanted them to win a game, with ease instead of waiting for this crap. And so, I mean, so much stuff to talk about. The trade deadline coming up. I mean, I think these next 10 days are going to be nuts.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. I think there's a lot that's going to happen.
Detroit's got a good farm system. I think if they're really serious about being buyers, I think they'll do some movement next week. But so does everybody else. Everybody's buying. I mean, there's so many teams in the hunt for a wild card or division. You're right. It's going to be just balls to the wall. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean the Phillies in their farm system have supposedly at least 2, if not 3, untouchable guys. Painter is one. Now Mick Abel has come up, and he was great the first game, but he hasn't been that good since. But I think they were maybe showcasing him a bit. I mean, he took Nola's place, so not necessarily a showcase, but a showcase. Yeah. I would get rid of him. And we need a center fielder. We need a left fielder. And we'll talk more about more stuff later. But yeah. So what do you think is going to happen at the end, prediction wise? What do you think? I mean, the Tigers are going to be in. That's a no doubter.
Yeah,
Tigers are in.
I think they're going to hang on to win the division.
Yeah.
And it might be a handful of games. It may not be the 12-game cushion we had hoped for a few weeks ago. I think Toronto can hang on. It's going to come. I think New York they might be able to get it, but New York's got no pitching. So
I know.
mean, they're banged up, which I don't feel sorry for them, but I think Toronto can hang on. And I think Houston's just Houston, I mean,
yeah.
And I think the Phillies are going to win. My heart says the Brewers. My head says the Cubs. I'm going to stick with the Brewers. And then, of course, the Dodgers, and the wild card, who knows, Mets.
Yeah.
Cubs.
It's going to be fun. I mean, I don't know that the Phillies will hang on. They got to get somebody. They got to get some bullpen help. They got to get a true closer. Otherwise, they're not going to. They will come down, because if they continue the way they're going with the hitting, it's just not going to work. I'll take a wild card. That's fine with my pitching staff that we've got.
Yeah.
I'll take Wheeler and Suarez and Sanchez as my top 3 going into the playoffs. I'll take that in a heartbeat. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think I would love the Yankees. Could happen. They need something at the deadline. I thought I'll push them over the top, but I think that's going to be a dogfight now. The Tigers are in, and I think Houston's going to eventually do what they do in the second half, and they're going to play really well.
Yeah, they always do, don't they?
Yep, they absolutely do.
Yeah.
And I think the Mets are probably going to overtake the Phillies. I hate to say it, but I think it's going to happen the way it's going, even though the Mets are hurting in pitching, and they're in the slump hitting-wise too. So it's really interesting. But the Brewers and the Cubs, man, the Cubs were on fire with scoring runs, right, all through the season, and they're still scoring runs. But Milwaukee with that 9-1 in the last 10 games, oh my, it's gonna be a fun dogfight.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. The Dodgers, and they got to get a little more healthier though. That's why they're looking, because Freddie Freeman is a little banged up.
Yeah.
And Mookie's in a huge slump right now. So it'll be interesting. To see what. All right. We want to segue over to some football?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes before our guest comes on.
Okay. Before we do that, Catherine, if you're still with us, listen to this, tell your friends. So next week we have a really, really, really great show. For the card collectors, baseball card collectors out there. If you're familiar with Donruss, popular company in the 90s and 80s, There is something that's called that was included in the sets, and you could obviously buy this as a set too. It's called the Diamond Kings, and they were all drawn by, here's George Brett, sports artist Dick Perez. There is a movie out called The Diamond King Movie. The director of that movie, Mark Evans, will be coming on next week to talk about his movie about Dick Perez. I watched the movie. I encourage anybody who has collected cards and has seen these Donruss cards, these Diamond Kings. It's $4.99 Amazon. Spend the money. It's well worth it. It's such a great little documentary about this amazing sports artist. It's these are just some of the Diamond King cards I pulled out of my collection. Ken Griffey Jr. here, and these are all, he does them all, and he does them at home on an artboard, and it's you in the movie you get to see him work. He talks about his the journey of his journey. So, and here he is as a young Dick Perez. So I'm excited to talk to Mark about Dick Perez and the movie The Diamond King. Second guest. This is going to be specifically for Phillies fans, and even old Phillies fans, older than me, and I'm old. You heard, I'm going to be 70. The author of this book, The Whiz Kids, how the 1950 Phillies took the pennant, remind you, not the World Series, the pennant, lost the World Series, and changed Philadelphia baseball forever. A very interesting read into not only baseball and baseball history, but as Bob Kendrick said with the Negro Leagues, American history. So there's a lot of great research that Dennis did. He'll be on next week to talk about this book that he wrote about the Whiz Kids. Some amazing players on those teams. Fun to watch, to read about their progression and how it came to be the 50s and that 1950 team, and then what happened after that through basically present time. The week after, another baseball guest. However, this is going to be a little bit more interesting because we're talking to a former player, Don August.
It'll be fun.
From former Milwaukee Brewers player, my post MLB career abroad. He only pitched 3 years with the Brewers and went overseas and did some interesting stuff. So Don August will be on August the 3rd. Oh my gosh, August in August.
There you go. That's right.
Does that mean we now have to find somebody with the name of September coming on in September?
Boy, maybe someone from Earth, Wind, and Fire. How's that?
Good one, Lou. Good one. That was good. I don't know if there's anybody named October, except I don't want to get into Miss October. This is a family show. November, we can find a December, I'm sure. But be that as it may, that's what's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's go to NFL. According to the power rankings that came out yesterday, Eagles number 1. I think Detroit was number 7, which I think was too low. The most overrated team, Green Bay Packers, because they got new personnel.
Yeah.
And they haven't worked together a lot. And it's not people in Lambeau and Green Bay aren't going to be very happy, I don't think. And I agree with that. The most underrated team on this poll, according to I can't leave here to go to my Athletic article, is the Denver Broncos, mainly because of their defense.
Yeah.
So it's going to be I wish I could get to my stuff, but I was on my phone. I was going to be on my computer, but I can't get to it.
Anytime you call Green Bay overrated, I can't argue with that. Being a non-Packer fan.
Yeah. And what's going to happen? I can't wait to see what happens with Pittsburgh.
What about Dallas too? And you guys get Dallas right out of the chute on Thursday night, and what's going to happen is he'll sign
Micah.
Micah. They'll sign him on September 3rd.
I think that you're right.
And he'll show up in Philly for that game, and he'll have a sack, and everybody will call him the hero. And
Yeah,
it's going to be a fun football season. I think the Lions, to be honest with you, Mitch, are right about where they should be. And there's no way the Lions are going to win 15 games with that schedule they got this year. No way. And I love the Lions to death. You know that, obviously, with my Billy Sims over my left shoulder. They 3 of their last 4 are on the road. They go to Chicago, Minnesota, and the Rams. But what I love about their schedule is their last home game is they're going to destroy Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh comes to town.
If it comes down to needing that win, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if it'll be interesting to see what happens. I looked at the Eagles schedule. I don't think they have 2 games back to back all season. If I'm not mistaken, I went looking through the schedule.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, how can they not have 2 in a row at home?
Isn't that crazy?
I thought that's what it was. I can't get to it, obviously, but and look at it. I was looking at that going, how does this work out that they don't have back to back?
Well, I can bring it up real quick here. We got a couple minutes. Steve's warming up in the bullpen, but I'll bring it up. You've got, let's see. That is crazy. You've got 2 home games in a row.
That's it.
Towards the end of the year, you got the Commanders and the Bills. Or no, 2 road games in a row. I beg your pardon.
Okay.
At Washington and at Buffalo. And then you finish up home against the Commanders. Yeah.
But, right? No 2 home games in a row.
Yeah.
How easy is that?
But I like your schedule. I mean, they're winnable games. I could see you guys going realistically. I mean, you got to play at Kansas City, but I could see Philadelphia starting out 6-0 before you go to Minnesota. And Minnesota, to me, J.J. McCarthy, I love him for what he did at Michigan, but I got to wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how listen. And I was reading today, they've already put the Super Bowl behind them. Their mindset. Well, yeah, you're the defending champions. No, we don't want to hear that. This is a new season. Yeah, we may have won, but this is so their mindset is they want to repeat.
Well, it's funny is Detroit yesterday. They're only in helmets and shorts and shoes, and they had to call off practice. Campbell stopped the practice because they were getting too physical.
Really?
And one of the new guys, or Maurice Morris or whatever his name was, they booted him out of practice because he wouldn't stop. And this is going to be fun. I can't wait.
No,
I don't want to wish the summer away, Mitch, but boy, oh boy, it's going to be, football season's just around the corner. But hey, I'm going to signal to the bullpen, bring in our guest. I can see him right now. He's coming we can't play the song because of YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know if Steve likes Crazy Train by Ozzy, but I figure apropos coming in on the Crazy Train, God bless, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. We'll bring in Steve Rychel.
Actually, it's Rychel, right?
Rychel, I beg your pardon.
All right, Lou, I'm booting you. No, don't stop. I'm kidding.
Well, no, if you think about it, every time you've seen it, people get like Rychel. There's people say a different route. I simplified. Anyone try to enunciate it. Think about rye bread, shellfish, Rychel.
And that's what
I like that.
So what I asked, because I came to him, I said, "Is it Rychel? Because you think CH is the K?" And he came back, thankfully, Rychel. Oh, perfect. That's great. Because we always want to get our guest names correct. So, Steve, welcome. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
That's not a problem, man. Listen, I can never get enough talking sports, BSing with fellow sports fans. Regardless of what I'm doing, if I'm on my own network, if someone wants me to hop on their network and give a little insight into some things, I'm more than happy to do it. So,
we appreciate appreciate you very, very much. So, Steve, are you, I'm looking at the 83 right behind you. I can't quite read. I'm on my phone. Believe it or not, did you hear us? I lost power right at 7:00. I'm like, oh crap. On the computer. My wife's, we don't have any Wi-Fi. Oh crap. I'll get on my phone. So I'm on my phone. I can't read that right there.
It's Papali.
It's that's what I thought.
And speaking of which, he will be on my podcast next week.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I've since I met him in that one, I've had him on probably like 3 or 4 different podcasts. I went to a signing at the Philly Sports Show, got him to sign my jersey. We just started, like, he didn't really have that many people in the line, so we just got to talking, exchanged emails, friended each other on social media. So this is probably the second time I'll talk to him this year already. So
that's great. And I feel
he's awesome, dude. Vinny's awesome, dude. He's actually going to be Grand Marshal at an Italian parade in I think he said Morristown, New Jersey on Saturday.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So, Steve, where are you? Are you in Florida?
No, I'm in the. I'm literally the farthest away from the city with still being in the city. I'm in the far northeast of Philadelphia, right by Philadelphia Mills Mall or Franklin Mills Mall, whatever you call it.
All right, good. All right, so listen, let's talk first about the Phillies. Okay, Lou and I were talking. And it's so funny. All of Major League Baseball, except for 2 teams, the last 10 games, hardly anybody's playing well. The Brewers and the Guardians are playing really well. Nobody else really is, which is interesting. This NL East, this Phillies team, is frustrating the crap out of me, as it is for many fans.
I can't blame you.
I mean, I don't. Have you heard of?
They need a bat and they need some arms out of the bullpen.
Jessica Brand was with us about 4 weeks ago, and I was going ape, last year with this chase rate. And so I asked her, I said, what's the chase rate right now? So she went up and told me it was 29%. They were 32 at the second half last year.
I'm not playing disciplined baseball at all.
You looking at these at-bats? I mean, do they need glasses? I mean, really, and I'm serious with JT and Castellanos.
I want to know what the hitting coach is doing. I really do, because it's rinse and repeat from last year.
Yeah. There was only one game so far this season where they were actually not swinging for the fences, and they made contact and they scored like 8 runs. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm really concerned about the following. I'm not concerned about Harper, all right? I mean, he's going to be Bryce. Let's go around the infield. Bryson Stott, I thought he would be a lot better this year.
I agree with you there. I feel he's probably in one of the worst funks that I've seen on this team in probably 20 years. You need to get more from him, but he's probably your one of the – one of these young bucks that you got in there, him and Alec Bohm are these guys that I think they're going to stick with them over the next few years. Regardless if it's hitting that's the issue or fielding. I just think that these guys will get better. They'll do better. They'll develop. But I think if you're looking to move on from anybody, it's probably going to be someone in the outfield. I think when it comes down to it, I think. Brandon Marsh might be the odd guy out when we get to the deadline in a few days.
I've been preaching on social media to DFA. Why can't we just DFA Kepler, bring up Crawford? He can't do any worse. This kid can't do any worse than Kepler.
I think Kepler has to be involved in any trade you do. I think they'll do multiple trades with
Who's going to want him? That's the problem.
What was that?
Who's going to want Kepler?
I don't know. I think you just have to. I think Crawford is probably going to be a guy that might be potentially on the block just to kind of get some. Listen. I'll say it this way: if they don't win the world, not go to the World Series. If they don't win the World Series, there's going to be a major retooling in process. I think Rob Thompson's job utterly depends on postseason success at this point in time.
I don't care.
And that being said, I think it's going to be at the cost of our future. I do. I think if you're the Phillies right now, looking around at things, you're deep at starting pitching right now. I don't think you're able to move a Taiwan Walker, but I think unfortunately Ranger Suarez is somebody you're not going to be able to retain him. That you're probably going to have to package him up with somebody, regardless of where you're going to send him, who you get to talking to. You're going to have to find an outfield bat. You're going to have to find a reliever. I think Ranger Suarez may be one of those guys that be on the outside, outside looking in the trade deadline. You still have Taiwan Walker there. I think I know Painter's not ready, but I think Mick Abel might be able to be a late season arm that kind of gets brought up. I know he had a couple rough outings when he was covering for Nola there, but there's no way that you're going to see a Painter unless it's a September call up.
Right.
I think he's another year and a half away before he starts to see regular time. And the other question is, do they move like an Aiden Miller or somebody like that? You have a lot of question marks, but if you want to win now, and this is the window, the NL is one very winnable. The Mets are metting right now. They do what they do. They're doing what they're doing. The Braves completely have fallen off the universe at this point in time.
Yep.
You've shown this season alone you can beat the Dodgers.
Yes.
So that leaves what? That leaves the Milwaukee Brewers, right? This is a very, very winnable National League right now. And I think the toughest team that is on the other side is the Houston Astros.
Yep, I think you're right. I think here again. I'm going to go through give you my thoughts, and then you can come back with them. I think I just going back to Stott. I'm wondering if he's got an elbow issue again, because we saw him hit better his first season. That's number one. Turner has got to come up clutch. These guys have to come up clutch when there's been on scoring position. They don't do it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I don't know what the hell this team can't score more than one run with the bases loaded. It's nuts with less than one out or with less than two outs. It's frustrating as hell. Are they putting pressure on themselves? Because it's, now but they've been doing it all season. Are they putting too much pressure on themselves? Is Caleb Cotham, is Kevin Long somebody who we need to look at as, a scapegoat? These guys can hit the ball. They're all swinging at bad pitches consistently, and they're swinging for the fences consistently. Why can't we just put the damn bat on the ball like they were taught in Little League? I don't understand it. You'll get base hits. You'll score runs if you do it. If you all do it and not swing with that 45-degree launch angle. It's insane. Anyway, Bohm is staying. I like Bohm. I don't know why people were bitching at him at the beginning of the season. They think his attitude, you know what? He is fine. He's a very good third baseman, and he's one of the best. He's the one that goes the other way when the ball comes and he goes to right field. I don't know why anybody else can't do that. I like Bohm as a hitter and a fielder. Kepler needs to go. We need to find a center fielder. Neither of those guys, whoever it is, Rojas and Marsh, they can go. And I'm tired of Nick. Nick is as slow as me walking on my knees to go get balls in the outfield. And he's an inconsistent hitter. You see him swing at balls 4 feet out of the strike zone. That is insane. And then the other issue that we haven't brought up, does JT need glasses? He is horrendous this year. And my concern going forward is we don't have a catcher to take his place. If this is him and this is his age, what are we doing next year? So those are my complaints. And Rob Thompson, goodbye. I am tired of him. And the bullpen, obviously, this is all on Dave Dombrowski. This is all on Dombrowski. How many guys have we DFA'd already from the bullpen? What does that tell you? Dombrowski didn't know what the hell he was doing when he brought these guys in. That's my rant. You have the floor, my friend.
JT, I still think you're going to be with him another year or two before they even bothered to to field replacement issues. I'm with you on center field. I heard there's a guy playing for the White Sox who's looking who we were talking about last year. What was it? Lewis Roberts Jr. Yeah, I think he's somebody would be a marked improvement at least as a fielder. Another one of these guys. Not the biggest bat in the world, but listen, we don't need. We don't need the home run issues. We got two guys in the lineup that rake when it comes to that. Schwarber and Harper are guys that have proven it over the last few years. They can hit the ball all over the field. That's not your problem. Your problem is just getting consistent good at bats, good hits from the rest of the lineup. I'm with you. I don't really have a problem with that Alec Bohm. Trey Turner, sometimes he's exactly what you need, and then there's times he's like a ghost. He just disappears, man.
Exactly. He's another one.
And he's not playing for that contract at this point in time. I don't care if he's Bryce's second blood brother twice removed. He's not doing it for me. I think that was an extreme overpay. I wouldn't even if obviously the Brewers are competing now, so that option's out of there. But I wouldn't even be hurt to go see them go try to bring a Rhys Hoskins back and put Bryce back in the outfield, and then you don't really have to worry about what Nick Castellanos is or isn't doing.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce already said he'd be open to moving back out to the outfield. Bryce is a true I'll play wherever you want me to play type of guy. That's one of the things that you can get mad at him about a lot of things, but he's the leader of that ball club, through and through from top to bottom. Again, like I said, the pitching is probably the more of the bigger issue, just because you do have those games where you are up a few runs and you turn it. Last night you have a guy like Christopher Sanchez who gives you 7 innings of one run ball game with a couple hits sprayed around, and then you let the bullpen in, and then the floodgates open up, and then instead of being up 3-4 runs, all of a sudden you're down 2. It's like, all right, what just happened? And just listen, I know they don't want to admit it. Not retaining Sir Anthony, it looks like probably the biggest goof that they've ever done.
Well, what about Jeff Hoffman too? I mean, Hoffman's killing it with the Blue Jays. He's absolutely killing it. That was a mistake. I don't care about salary. We know how good he was. People may disagree, but look at what he's doing. Here's the thing. Look at what he's doing there, and look at what we don't have here.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir, brother. I've already said it. Like I'm not like super on top of everything right now, because this team, it was basically a rinse and repeat season. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be really paying attention until we get to September, October, because that's where you have to see the difference. There's going to be guys that hot and cold, up and down throughout the season. I don't overreact to too much of that, but if these guys aren't showing up in October when they need them to this year, I don't think a complete blow up is it, but a retool of some things are definitely need to be looked at. Management change, coaching changes, things of that nature. They have to do it when it matters. It's not just one of these things where like I was just saying that when guys are just they're having a rough time, they're going through it. It's the up and downs, the ebb and flow of what a baseball season. A 162 game marathon is a 162 game marathon.
And you look at and then you look, and the last point, and then we'll go to the Eagles. Look at what's happened to the Mets, right? Terrible. And then look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers, so everybody, you're right, and we know that. And the Tigers now. All these teams have going to go through this issue at some point during the season. Hopefully they get it back. Now, it'd be nice if they what's the score right now? I'm going to go to Eagles.
I don't know. I know that both Schwarber and Harper had homered back to back. So
yeah, I saw that.
Hold on, let me pull this up right here.
Still 3-0, I believe.
No,
Okay.
4-0.
Oh, 4-0.
All right. And Luzardo's pitching all right. How many pitches does he have? I'm curious.
I'm on the phone trying to get Javi Baez traded to the Phillies.
Okay. Nick Castellanos just hit a solo.
Yeah.
All right.
A casting bomb, as you were just talking about. That's the one thing you give him. Like, as bad as his base running is, as bad as his fielding is, that's another guy who just he puts the ball over the fence, and maybe not as consistent as we might like, but
he'll do it.
Yeah, and I think no matter what you say, he's going to be here next year too.
All right, Eagles power rankings came in on the Athletic number 1. The
preseason power rankings. What does that mean?
Means the Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now because of their personnel, and they're the defending champs.
No, Jordan Mailata said none of that.
I know. You're right.
Jordan Mailata said none of that.
I told that to Lou this morning.
Jalen didn't even put his ring on. It stayed in the box. He never even put it on. Then that was another thing they were talking about today.
Don't you think very impressive that they are already?
I think the only real question mark you really have with this team at this moment, and Jahad Campbell's on the field already. We were told he wasn't going to be ready till like mid-September. So him getting reps now is super important. I think the only thing you might have to look at is I think you should bring in another cornerback. I really do. Asante Samuel Jr. is still out there.
Okay.
I think they're good on the offensive side of the ball. I really don't think there's anything you could ask for. You could be greedy and try to get another slot guy in there. But what's the point?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, really, what's the point? The only thing is that you look for this season that you just be healthy, take care of your business, don't do anything crazy like we've seen in seasons before. I want to thank Cam Newton right now because you just gave Jalen Hurts all the necessary billboard material to motivate him throughout the season, and moving forward, Cam Newton is known as the fish. Because he flip-flops so hard, dude. After the Super Bowl, he's singing Jalen's praises. Now he can't even be a top 10 because of the guys around him. Oh, I can't give him top 10. You're throwing the AJ Smith and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I can't do it. Did we treat Joe Montana like this? Did we treat Troy Aikman like this? Troy Aikman only threw for 3,400 yards in his best season, and that was after Jimmy Johnson left. That was a Barry Switzer year. Yeah. That was 95. So I don't remember the media tearing down Troy Aikman the way he was. I don't remember this, and this whole finding ways to discredit Jalen is the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my 40 plus years on this earth, man. I've never seen a quarterback this just being disrespected by the general media. I don't know if it's just because he wasn't a number 1 pick. He's not and it's just the way Jalen goes about it too that's special. Yes.
I think you're right.
I think that also comes from being a coach's son too. Like He doesn't get too high on himself. He doesn't get too low on himself. He wins games how they have to be won. You take away his running game, he beats you with his arm. You cover things up so he can't throw the ball. He finds way to audible out of plays, and that's what I think is his superpower right now. You want to know what Jalen Hurts' superpower is? Getting to the line, realizes they're in a bad play, audible and out, and almost every time he does that, almost every time, it's either a big play for a touchdown or they're moving the chains. That's where I think Jalen is so far ahead about what everyone else does. And then you look what the coaching staff has been saying about him, that he's trying to get better in these little areas, these little differences. Mm-hmm. He's doing all the necessary things, and it's just blowing the top off of these guys, and they just don't know how to take it. And I don't like to say it often, but like they are the team to beat. You could say they have a super stacked roster. drafting well shouldn't be a reason you discount somebody, but I believe that the number one ranking through the beginning of training camp is definitely warranted. They have the only real question you have is Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. Can they keep those numbers that you got out of Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham?
Right.
I think Milton Williams is a non-starter. Amaro Mojo literally had just about the same stats and less snaps than him, and was getting just about as much pressure as Milton Williams has. So, wish him the best in New England. But I really think the only thing is what you're going to do with that safety position now that C.J. Gardner-Johnson is a Houston Texan. They just officially signed Mukumba yesterday, I believe.
I saw that. Yep.
And I did hear that Cooper DeJean was taking snaps at safety the last few days. So we don't know. Wherever Vic finds these guys, the best is where they're going to be. You got to see if Sidney Brown's actually going to step up and be a guy there. But I think basically the only real question is who's going to be playing at CB2. I would love this. I know they brought in the guy from the Giants, Adoree Jackson, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see him grab another corner just as a kind of security blanket, just in case that he doesn't work out. But whoever really works well in what Vic Fangio does is probably who they should bring in.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's their season to lose. They are primed to potentially go back to back. I'm not going to say it yet, but weird things happen in the NFL season. You have to, as you guys were talking about, no back-to-back home games, which is one of the weirdest things that you've seen in some time, especially coming from a returning playoff team, Super Bowl champion, etc. One thing I'm going to be looking forward to is all those teams that were voting against the tush push this offseason. I want them to start off the first snap of every offensive season.
Now remember,
first quarter, and just give them their medicine.
Detroit did not vote against it.
They're the only one, and hats off to them, respect to them, because Dan Campbell knows, listen, just get better at it. Look what Tampa Bay did. All right, so they already got Vea down there, and they go drafted the biggest defensive lineman in NFL history, the kid out of Florida, man. That's how they're going to stop it. You have to get meat in that the trenches there. So I'm looking forward to a lot of different things this season. The Rams game is, apparently they got it circled. Well, of course you got it circled. We kicked your tail in twice last year. If it wasn't for the snow, I think that game would have been a lot worse in the divisional game. There's a lot of fun things. Starting off at Dallas, showing Jerry Jones what a new championship banner looks like is going to be fun. Mm-hmm. The rematch in Kansas City is going to be fun.
Yep.
That Detroit game, I think, is going to say whoever probably wins that game, I'll probably say is probably going to be your NFC champion.
Did you hear that, Lou?
I think the Washington Commanders are all smoke and mirrors right now. If they do not sign Terry McLaurin right now, don't matter what's going to happen with Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. The Commanders are trying to keep pace with the Eagles. Can anyone tell me what Deebo Samuel's numbers was when Brandon Ayuk wasn't there last year? Did he look like a wide receiver number one? You're arguably the oldest team in the NFL right now. Kind of weird to kind of keep the oldest team around one of the young studs you have in the NFL at quarterback in Jaden Daniels. I think if they don't sign him and he winds up being traded or whatever, that'll probably be the biggest mistake the Washington Commanders have made over the last handful of years. But I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped the ball, because look who's running the team.
Hey, Lou.
Yes.
So, Steve, lose at Detroit, but lose at Detroit.
I can tell.
So it'll be fun. Yeah, we talk a lot about Detroit and the Lions and the Eagles in the past several weeks, and the game coming up. So listen, I'm more into the football this year than I am and I have been in the past couple because obviously the Eagles won the Super Bowl. But now I got Lou here with his good Detroit team, and little fun banter. I got a buddy here in Wilmington who's a Cowboy fan. I get to laugh at him a lot, so it'll be fun.
Listen, I just hope Lou sees a championship in the next 5 years, but after the Eagles win a few more.
Fair enough.
Good. See, that was nice of Steve. He's a good guy.
No, they had to watch the turnaround that Dan Campbell's done with them over the last few years. You can't ignore that.
Right.
And there's something I talk about a lot with my co-host on my podcast. With Ben Troop. Culture is a real thing, man. It's a real thing, and he's completely changed the identity of that city, of that team, how they look at that team, how they're respected around the NFL. They're not the doormat no more.
No.
And, it takes a lot to do that. And he's gotten all them guys to buy in. And listen, they're going to be a good team for more than the next few years. They have a young nucleus around them to be able to continue to be a playoff team to contend. I really hated the fact that the Washington Commanders beat them because I didn't want to hear we beat easy teams on the way to the Super. Listen, I want after what happened to the Phillies in 08 and everyone, you guys got lucky, you guys got the diamond, you got the Tampa Bay Rays, you didn't get this team, you didn't get that team. I don't want to hear no excuses. When we win, I want it to be against the best teams. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear this, that, and the third. And they were riddled with injury last year, so I expect them to be a 10+ win team. I think the thing is, and I agree with Lou was saying beforehand, the Green Bay Packers fans are going to be upset this season. And I'm going to say it right now. You were talking about the too many new players in there. That means nothing. That means nothing. I do think the Chicago Bears are going to be a lot better than people think, though, because they putting the offensive lineman in front of Caleb Williams on top of what that team was last year, and they had a bunch of games they lost by less than 4 points at the end. I think that they could potentially be another division again where we see multiple wild cards out of that NFC North.
Nice. Very cool. All right, Steve, listen, very, very, very appreciative of you and your thoughts and your comments. Very nice. And the fact that you're so enthusiastic, I'm excited.
Well, that's what my host always says. He's like, your energy, man. I'm like, listen, if you're not on here, you're not having fun. If you're just
there you go.
Absolutely.
No, you can't do it that way.
Steve,
Philadelphia people were not built that way.
No, you're right. You are right. That's why I get so crazy sometimes. All right, I'm hoping my power hasn't come on yet, and I'm sweating in this room.
All right.
I'm cold. I was about to put a hoodie on. I'm sitting right under my air conditioner unit. My hands are cold. Sorry, I had to, brother.
Steve, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate you coming on. It was great to have.
Not a problem, my friends. Always up for the invite. Just let me know, my friend.
All right.
Take care. Go Philly.
Have a good one, fellas.
Steve's been on my show before. I had him on a couple of years ago. I think it was when I saw him. He looked familiar. Yeah, he's definitely brings the smoke.
Yeah, he did.
Fun.
Lou, I just went up to turn on the fan and the light. Such an idiot.
Well, I'm in the basement in the palatial studios here in Grand Ledge. It's not too bad down here. It's funny because in the wintertime I got to put the space heater on.
Yeah, sure you do. And here, dying. And we're like, wait a minute. What? And I don't know. I'm wondering if somebody, some accident happened and hit a transformer or something because there's no storms.
Oh, boy.
We'll see what happens. As long as it comes down before I go to bed, I'm fine.
There you go.
All right, Lou. Next week, we got, just as a reminder, Dennis Snelling, WizKids book, author. Mark Evans, director of the Diamond King movie, talking about sports artist Dick Perez and the Diamond King baseball cards.
And we're going to have tons of trade deadline talk about too.
Oh, it's good.
And we got to preview the Hall of Fame game.
Oh, yes.
The Lions and the Chargers play on Friday.
Oh,
I think is it Thursday? Thursday.
Thursday. Usually Thursday, right?
Yeah, it is. crazy.
It's nuts. It is. It's crazy. When does real quick? When does Freeland start?
Our first game is August 29th. The first week is, they play a game before Labor Day, and so they usually play on Thursday. I don't think the state rule in Michigan is if you start school before Labor Day, you have to have Friday off.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I don't think a lot of them are gone away from that. But yeah, they're doing 7-on-7s through this week, and then the state makes you take, I think, a 2-week dead period, and then first week of practice is like August 6th or something, like whatever it is. And yeah, it's gonna be
coming up.
Be a fun year,
Coming up.
They got a good team. They got a lot of returning seniors. They've got one lineman that committed to Michigan State.
Ooh.
And yeah, he's 6'7", almost 300 pounds. Good kid. I interviewed him last year. He's a real good kid. And they've got another one that probably going to play college basketball. He's 6'6", and his brother plays at Saginaw Valley. And I think this young man could go D1, small D1, like Western or Central or something.
What position?
Division I.
What position though on the field?
Oh, he's 6'5", 6'6", but he plays shooting guard, small forward.
But he plays football. But he's the one who plays football.
Yeah, he's a wideout and tight end.
That's right.
They run. The coach told me they're going to do things different, but they primarily run double tight out of the tee.
Okay.
But they're very good. I mean, so disciplined. It's so much fun to watch. You know me, I'm old school. I like watching an offense out of a double tight.
Yeah.
It makes it difficult to call sometimes because you don't know who's going to get the ball. But
right, exactly. That's fun. Yeah. Garnet Valley sounds like similar. The high school team that I want to work with again. Hopefully, we can do that.
Yeah.
They also have a huge history of being so good, they I don't know what the offense is. I think it's called the Veer.
The Veer, yeah, that's what I grew up with when I was. That's what we ran.
He
loved that offense.
These kids, you talk about discipline. This team is disciplined, unbelievably disciplined. I mean,
you have to be.
Very few flags, very few mistakes.
In that offense, you have to be there because it's complicated, man.
Yeah, but the kids are great, man. The kids are great. I hope I can get it on. I hope we can do this, and we'll talk more about that later. But
yeah, sure, we'll figure it out.
Don't you have to go to sleep?
Pretty quick. Yeah, we got one of those safety meetings tomorrow. So,
we got to end this then.
Well, let's do it. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and Mitch, thank you, and we appreciate everybody taking the time out to welcoming us into your homes on your laptops, your computers, iPhones, however you watch us around the world here on the Extravaganza. For my tag team partner, Mitch Bernstein, yours truly, Captain Lou, saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. See you next week. So long.
See you, everybody.